What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here with my sunglasses on.
I'll be just staring at the sun. I'm just out fool gazing.
All right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day. And in today's video, we have a couple new Shawn Crahan masks to talk about. Now, a few of these have been out for a while now, and I just never got around to making a video on them, and one of them actually debuted today, which will technically be tomorrow unless you're a patron of mine. Please make sure to go down below and sign up for Patreon if you can. You'll get cool stuff such as early access to all my videos. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on into it. We are going to do these masks in order. Like I said, Clown has officially premiered a couple new variations since I've gotten to talk about them. And with yet another variation debuting in the last few hours, I figured I would just go ahead and do a video on the ones that I missed, whether it be back around September when Slipknot started doing shows again, more recently such as Knotfest LA, or the most recent being the one that he just debuted on Instagram. He hasn't even worn this thing yet. Like, we've never seen a photo or a video of Clown wearing this mask. We've only seen him post a photo of it with a pile of his other masks. So, starting with the first one that he debuted around the time that they started doing shows again, we have this weird, sharper variation of the We Are Not Your Kind clown. It obviously does appear to be a re-sculpt or at least a retool of the existing We Are Not Your Kind, but everything on this is a little sharper. There are lots of intricate cracks to follow, and it does come off a lot more like a broken mirror than any of the previous We Are Not Your Kind clown variations, which were all the same mask, they just had slightly different finishes. And I think that that was the effect that Clown wanted to begin with, because he was quoted in saying that his mask was supposed to be mirror-like, and that as you were looking at it, you were actually just looking at yourself. Now, the finishes that we saw on those masks were never very mirror-like. They were shiny, but they definitely weren't as reflective as a mirror would be, and it seems like this one is a little more to the point with the mirror finish. Although I do dig the idea of seeing yourself in Clown's mask, I am just not very much a fan of the We Are Not Your Kind clown sculpt. I feel like it is just lacking. A trend with a lot of the most recent Slipknot masks have been good ideas but poor execution. And I feel like had this just been sculpted slightly different, we would have a clown that was on another level and not comparable to the one that we got. Something as simple as sculpting the eyebrows a little harsher to make it look a little angrier, or curving the mouth just a little bit more to give it more of a sinister smile. But instead what we got kind of just reminds me of a fish. Like, every time I see the We Are Not Your Kind clown, I just think of a fish. It is just missing something. This one does appear to have slightly more arched brows, and even the grin itself looks a little more sinister. It comes to more of a point. Everything is a little less rounded on this, and I definitely think that it was an upgrade from the original We Are Not Your Kind concept. Now, the next mask, which I believe debuted at Knotfest LA, alongside Jay Weinberg's new mask, is still just a We Are Not Your Kind clown with another slightly different finish on top, but not just in terms of paint this time. Obviously, we have seen a ton of different We Are Not Your Kind paint jobs, everything from just the nose changing, to the mask being almost completely unpainted, to a bunch of different silver variations, fully black or red variations, etc. But we've not quite seen one yet that had a finish that was completely different set aside from the paint job, and what I mean by that is they actually layered this mask with something on top. Now, what that is was quite literally a broken mirror. So we've got this We Are Not Your Kind clown that is completely coated in almost like a mosaic style shattered mirror that's been put back together, so you can see all of the cracks and you can definitely tell that this is an actual layer of a mirror on the mask. And again, pretty cool. I definitely think that this is a step up in any of the We Are Not Your Kind variations, and obviously gets the point across more than ever before that this is a shattered mirror style clown, which is a great concept. However, it wouldn't be me if I wasn't complaining about something, right? I cannot stand the nose on this clown. The broken mirror effect on this mask is great, but when it comes to the nose, it just looks like it's been bedazzled by a child. The finish on the nose just really, really bothers me with this mask, and it's because we were so close to having the perfect We Are Not Your Kind clown mask, and then they just did something weird on the nose, and we got what we got. So, not to take anything away from that clown mask, again, I really do like the concept. I'm just giving my personal opinions on these pieces. And that brings us to our very last, but definitely not least mask on this list. What we see in this photo is a line of regular silver We Are Not Your Kind clown masks, and then right at the very bottom, we get to see just a little over half of a very unique shiny clown mask. And that mask definitely seems to take some inspiration in shape from the original West German clown mask. And I actually have a concept piece that my buddy Paul Vick made and gifted me a long time ago. It has to be at least a year at this point. And I'll go grab that right now because I think that it's really interesting. So obviously, Clown's new mask there at the bottom seems to take some inspiration from the West German clown, but it was clearly sculpted for Clown, so this is a completely from scratch sculpt, a brand new custom mask for Clown himself. However, my buddy Paul Vick over at Perfect Ugly actually made me something extremely similar a long time ago. Like I said before, it has to be at least a year since he gifted this piece to me, and what this is just a literal vacuum forming of an actual West German clown cast that he finished up to look like the We Are Not Your Kind clown finishes. So definitely an interesting thing, and this isn't the first time that this type of thing has happened. Clown definitely took some inspiration from my Nomad project back in the day. Towards the middle and end of the 0.5 era, we would definitely see Clown premiering some West German style masks with different finishes and paint jobs on them. And one of those, specifically the first one that he ever debuted, looked a lot like a Nomad finish that was done by my buddy Peter Hudgens and Michelle Morgore. And obviously all the examples that I could give you guys could just be coincidence, but I also want to point out that this isn't the first time that Clown has kind of mixed masks before, taking inspiration from certain masks of the past and bringing them to light on newer copies. And a good example of that is during the COVID lockdown, Clown actually premiered one of his We Are Not Your Kind clowns with a finish that was very similar to his All Hope Is Gone female clown masks. He took a We Are Not Your Kind clown cast, if you will, and then added some of the finishing touches that a female clown would have had, such as the eyebrows, some of the eyeshadow, the red lips, the blush, etc. So to see him doing this with a West German clown and a We Are Not Your Kind clown is not surprising at all, and I'm definitely interested to see what else we have gotten. Thank God that we haven't seen the mask that we were supposed to see as his part 2 We Are Not Your Kind clown mask, and maybe he is saving that mask for the next record cycle. All of these evolutions seem to still be pointing in that direction. We could definitely see that mask, but I think I speak for a lot of people when I say, God, I hope not. So that is pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to catch up and talk about all of the mask variations from Clown that we have seen so far that I haven't had the chance to shoot a video on. It seemed like something that you guys were definitely curious about, and now that we are all caught up, there is nothing else to do but wait for some more variations and talk about those when the time comes. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. I really hope that you have enjoyed it, and I appreciate it. And until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks, telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol, and yes to new mask variations, and we will see you guys in the next one.